It's a classic trap game for Oklahoma. There's no serious look ahead. They have LSU next week, which once upon a time looked like it might be a tough game. But the reason I say there's a trap game element to this is twofold. Number one, they just went on the road again and got a big time emotional win. Oklahoma should play with plenty of confidence. And I don't think Brent Venables has to motivate his group. I think this is just kind of the natural part of the psychology of college football players. When you go on the road and play a physical, draining, both physically and emotionally game, and you win, or you lose, frankly, against Alabama, there can be a little bit of a letdown. So Missouri comes to town this week trying to play spoiler. They're back into the top 25, not mine, but the playoff committee has them there. And as I said earlier this week, 19 to 25, actually. I don't really care what you do. Full Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to tell you right now, we don't care. Because at that point, the resumes are just so in and out and all. Anyway, so is Missouri a good team? Yes. Here's what makes this game another element that makes this a bit of a trap game for Oklahoma here. They kind of play this style anyway, but Missouri's defense is a lot better than you think. That unit can absolutely hold the Sooners under 20 points. Now, if they go over 20 points, Matt Zollers is not getting above that particular number. He is not. I don't think that Missouri's offense is going to be able to do that. They'd need Bo Perbula to play. This Missouri rushing attack is lethal. Absolutely lethal. They have had 200 or more rushing yards in a game, not just in two straight, but 7 times this year. They torched Mississippi State last week for 326. Rumor has it, this has been floating around Columbia. I have this well documented. Rumor has it, Ahmad Hardy is still running. That is an unconfirmed report, but I am really confident that it is actually true. Insert Oklahoma that has one of the best rushing defenses in all of college football. They have not allowed a team to run for 200 yards this year. Do you know the most yards on the ground that Oklahoma has conceded, and who got it? Michigan. Michigan, all the way back on September 6th, went for 146th. Oklahoma, I mentioned the 7 times at 200 yards or more. How about this for a counter stat on defense? Oklahoma has on 6 occasions this year held opponents under 100 rushing yards. That side of the ball for Brent Venables and the Sooners is playing incredibly well. It won them the game at Alabama last week, which was at pretty close to full strength. And Missouri, of course, with its third-string quarterback, is not. And so I have got so many red flags going up. Oh my God, this is a letdown spot. And it could. I do not have a high level of confidence that Missouri is going to win this football game. Possible, yes. There would be a lot of things that would surprise me more than Missouri beating Oklahoma on Saturday. I do not think that's going to happen because I do not have any faith that Brent Venables is just going to let a third-string quarterback who's a true freshman do anything. What is the best? Think about this. What's the best offensive outcome for Missouri? It probably involves a John Mateer turnover or 2 that lead to 10 Missouri points because of the short field. That's what probably has to happen. Missouri's a good team. Not a great one, but a good one. When they have Bo Perbula, they're a good team. When they don't have him, they're all right. They're not bad. They are all right. But I'm not alone in feeling this way. John Miller of Locked On Mizzou feels this way about the game.
What's up, Locked On College Football? It's John Miller with Locked On Mizzou. And for this Oklahoma game this week, I think there's a real case to be made that Missouri, with its defense, Oklahoma's defense, this is going to be a knockout, drag them out kind of affair that Missouri can win. But I have to admit, with Missouri still on its true freshman third-string quarterback, Matt Zollers, I just don't have enough confidence that the Tigers are going to be able to score enough points to win this game. But certainly if Missouri can win the turnover battle, if they can steal some possessions, maybe making some fourth downs offensively, obviously Ahmad Hardy can be a big difference maker, but still, if I'm going to be honest with you, I just think Oklahoma is probably the safer pick here.
I am with John. I'll take the Sooners, but I don't think there are a lot of points scored. I really don't. You're going to watch that Missouri defense if you tune into this game and go, man, they're pretty good. Boy, if they kept Prabula healthy, they might have had something. Yeah, you're 100% right about that. I'll take Oklahoma to win. Low scoring, very low score, 20-15. Weird game. Oklahoma wins, Missouri covers. Let's go to another one that has got some playoff implications. Not the game you would think, but can I interest you? And I'm going to. In TCU, playing on the road at Houston this week, in-state matchup in the good old Lone Star State, the great state of Texas. Do you realize that Houston still has a path to the Big 12 championship and therefore the college football playoff? It's not that crazy. They just need BYU to lose, who's only a 2.5-point favorite at Cincinnati. I'll talk about them and that game on Friday's show. But don't take my word for it about the opportunity that is here for Houston. Take the word of my guy Parker Ainsworth of Locked On Cougs.
With the season wrapping up in just a couple weeks, Houston's got a chance to do something special in Willie Fritz's second year. 10-2 would be an incredible look for year 2 under the new ball coach, and Houston go 2-0 with 2 in-state opponents, both TCU and Baylor, to do just that. I think Houston will take advantage of a turnover-prone Josh Hoover. He's thrown 10 picks on the year. Houston's got a veteran secondary that's played very well thus far. I imagine they'll do more of the same in that one. There may be some gamble plays and be beat over the top once or twice. The deal is I think they win more of those than they lose. I also think you saw Eddie Walls have a lot of pressure in Arizona State, a team that was also one-dimensional on offense. I imagine more of the same in this one out of him on their own offense. Houston, I think, will have a decent day running the ball. It'll be death by 1,000 cuts and slowly whittle away at a TCU run defense that is losing reasons to keep playing football games. Sonny Dykes may be out after this one, and that, I think, will be the conversation. As Houston, I'm predicting to win 24-17 this Saturday at TDECU. Just the 3rd p.m. on a Saturday game Houston's been given this year. Let's go show out in TDECU and make it a big one.
So Houston's home field advantage this year hasn't been that great. West Virginia, who's rebuilding, went in there and dropped 45. Josh Hoover hasn't had a moment this year. He's had some good games, but he hasn't had a moment. I think this is Josh Hoover's moment. I think this is, for whatever that is, and TCU has definitely underachieved a bit. They're having a fine season. They're going to a bowl game, but the guy who I had as the best quarterback in the Big 12 entering this year, I do not trust that Houston defense. I think they need to upgrade their personnel on that side of the ball before they can really take that next step as a program. FanDuel has Houston favored by just 1.5 on their home field. The over-under sitting there at 54.5. I think a lower scoring game favors Houston. I like the run game. But Josh Hoover, he's got to protect the football, as Parker pointed out. But if he is able to do that, give me the TCU Horned Frogs to play just a little spoiler. It's an outside shot to the Big 12 championship, but it's not 0 for Houston right now. Give me TCU to play spoiler in the Chaos Conference of college football, which can apply to the ACC as well. I will take the Horned Frogs 38-35. A bunch of points go up and down the field in what feels like a classic Big 12 matchup.